Good evening on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Tuesday the 7th of May and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. And what I'm going to pull out of here is a bit of an odyssey. This is Children of Entropy, and as you can possibly tell, not just by the title, Entropy, and of course the nature of the beast on the front, this is all about chaos. And I'm not talking sort of, just bog standard chaos. We're talking RuneQuest Panther chaos. So this is the third edition of a production of Apprentice Guild, essentially published in 1993. There we go. It's a bit of an oddity. It's a RuneQuest thing that I've never quite seen before. So you open up, you basically got the table of contents there, and then we're straight into layout like this, and you're looking like going, oh my god, in 1993. Well, this is an amateur production, so this is almost sort of laid out on done by sort of like computer or something like that to get the spacing right, that sort of thing. But it's really very reminiscent of an earlier thing for RuneQuest, in particular, which appeared in the box set, I suppose for second edition, Fangs, which is a book of monsters that people in the UK will remember from the box set of RuneQuest that Games Workshop first published. So this explains, hit locations for quadrupeds, which columns is which, so columns for hit points, the cultist natural and entropic features, weapons listings, and spells listings. So just explaining the entries, and then we get into a guide to the skill levels, and expanded natural and entropic features, starting off with classic spits acid. But then we've also got two heads, especially if you're a scorpion man, or spits fire, bones of bronze or undead, it's a crocodile hybrid, arthropoid, or indeed lots of spitting in here because we've got spits fire, spits acidic poison, or two heads, four arms, human hybrid, and that one's got expanded hit locations because it's got more limbs. Even a rabbit hybrid, and then stinkfoil piss, which I don't even want to think about. And then we open up, we should just start off with, the monster listings, and here we have a whole load of scorpion men, some are armed with naginata, which is a little bit of an odd weapon for them to have because it's a Japanese weapon. But then we sort of got Scorpion Man, Shaman, Initiate, and this there has been a more recent book of Scorpion Men available on the Johnstown Compendium. Useful if your characters are keen on fighting chaos in all its many forms, but not absolutely necessarily unless you're going to go in that direction. Most campaigns will not revolve around fighting chaos, but it's there as an option. So lots and lots of Scorpion men, from Shaman all the way down to just simple lay members of cults, and then move on to Initiates of Death, Entropy Man, Cannibal cults, and this is for Ogre Initiates, And this, really what this is doing is sort of hinting at the particular cult. So obviously, a Death Entropy Man cult is Cannibal God. Well, it's going to be Caco Demon. Um, and it's doing the same kind of thing, accompanied by these rather odd illustrations. We even have a Spriggan initiate. So another oddity. And then we have Room Masters and Initiates of Death Mobility status. The Goddess of the Waiting Mouth cult. So we've got like a Hungry Jack priest. Mummy Lords. Yeah. And I mean, a more modern supplement might attempt to illustrate some of this. But again, this sort of harks back to Fangs and the book of various monsters and encounters that were published alongside RuneQuest 2 and also with RuneQuest Classic. So, you know, here we've got a Rune Master and Initiates, Darkness, Death, Entropy, Disease cult. So that's going to be the sort of Malia. And that includes basically we've got a crocodile hybrid priestess. And then we have Rune Masters, Initiates, Darkness, Death, Entropy, Truth, Cult, Headhunter Cult, Thanatos. I mean, you know, this is I'm going from memory. So we even have a Unicorn Hybrid there, Unicorn Hybrid Lord, and a Human Initiates, an Octopoidal Initiate. Not very interesting, really. It's not very interesting book to look at, but Royalty, Sheep Hybrid Shaman. As it gets weirder, Harpy Initiates. I mean, you are just looking at raw stats. We've got an Elephant Hybrid Initiate, a Hyena Hybrid Initiate, an Impala Hybrid Initiate. So all wonderfully weird. Oh, and possibly my favourite, a Stoat Hybrid Initiate. Which of course I think is Weasley good. Then Rune Masters, Initiates of Darkness, Entropy, Undeath, God of the Undead. And we've got just rounding it out with the dead. So, and that includes Gargoyle, Baboon, and Initiates as well. So, I think this is, I mean, it's interesting in the sense of as a piece of RuneQuest history more than anything else. I don't think it's necessarily useful today, although you could sort of like adapt the stats if you wanted to, or rather, you know, the current rules just make it easy to create them if you want to. Plus, of course, there's that book available on the Johnstown Compendium with all the stats for the Scorpion Men. It's a vile book, but that's it meant to be, and that's got a bit more background and detail to them. Whereas obviously this hasn't, and that's its main issue. I think that it lacks any kind of context. And the other thing, of course, is that, you know, we have where it says, if I can find it. You know, Rune Master Initiates, Darkness, Death, Entropy, Truth, God, Headhunter, God, Cult. It can only sort of like acknowledge them. It can't actually name them. You know, it's a little bit. It's slightly removed from the kind of context, I think, and so not necessarily quite as interesting. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book or game or role-playing game, or in this case a role-playing supplement from 1993 for RuneQuest, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.